Indian Olympic Association has agreed to the IOC demand. Boria is with us. For more, Boria, what are the details you're getting? Boria, if you can hear me, what are the details you're getting from Switzerland?
The details that I'm getting are pretty interesting. One is the Indian Olympic Association and the Indian delegation led by the Sports Ministry. They've agreed to the IOC demand of declaring the 5th December election null and void, which means there is no place for an unelected Lalit Bhanot in the IOA anymore. So the election that was held on the 5th of December will be declared null and void. The Indian Olympic Association and the Sports Ministry, they've agreed that there will be a fresh AGM and fresh elections that will be called for. So the Indian delegation has actually agreed to meet the IOC demand. And this is a very, very important demand that the IOC had, that you've got to declare the 5th December election, which according to them wasn't held according to the principles of the Olympic Charter, null and void.
Priya, how soon do they have to conduct these elections? And now that they have agreed to the IOC's demands, they will have to conduct the elections fair according to the Olympic Charter and the Indian Sports Code, which is much in line with the Olympic Charter, isn't it? Does that mean the likes of Lalit Bhanot and some of the other tainted officials and long-time office bearers will now move out of Indian sports administration?
Has to. That's what you and I understand. Administrators like Mr. Malhotra, who has been at the helm of affairs for 41 years, for example, as far as archery goes, he's over the age of 70. These people will have to make way. Once you implement the age clause, none of these administrators who are over 70 will have a place in the sporting administration. To answer the question when the elections will be held, it's not yet clear because the meeting is still going on. All of these information that we are breaking on Times Now are from inside the meeting, because there are two further meetings that will be held. One between the IOC president, Jacques Rogge, and Jitendra Singh, which is going to be held in the next half an hour. And the final meeting will be between the IOC president and the IOA delegation.
Fresh elections will be conducted. No further role for Lalit Bhanot. The elections null and void. The inside information we are getting to our viewers. Boria, stay with us on the phone. We've got Murad Ali Khan also joining us on the phone. Murad, this is welcome news for Indian sport, isn't it? Do we feel in the chapter of Indian sports administration turning a new leaf now that they've agreed to most of the clauses put forth by the IOC?
Yeah, I think this is the best piece of news that one has heard as a sports person for over the last few months, actually. And now even as a sports administrator, it is going to be great because the main sufferers in the entire thing were the sports persons. They were not getting any funding which that comes through the IOC and IOA route to train for the Olympics. And since most of the things have been agreed to, I think it's going to be great to take it on from there and make sure that we do not get ourselves into a similar situation in future, and take care that we take all the decisions which are in line with the IOC guidelines, so to speak.
Now, you are also familiar with the way these administrative processes work. Boria just told us there are two other set of meetings left. All-important meeting between the IOC President Jacques Rogge and the Indian Sports Minister Jitendra Singh. How soon do we see India getting back into the Olympic fold?
I think if there will be certain clauses which will be put forth, because if the meeting is with the minister, he is definitely going to mention about the guidelines, the sports guidelines, and the clauses to be incorporated in the sports from the sports code in the IOA constitution as such. So I think those processes would take time, because it's a time-consuming process to redraft the constitution and include some of the things from the sports guidelines and come to a consensus on that. Because once that happens, then we are sure that in future there is not going to be a situation again where we face the situation of getting banned from the Olympic movement.